Disclaimer, this video may contain blood, violence, strong language, profanity, crude humor, and mature themes and scenes. This video is designed for mature audiences and may not be suitable for children. Viewer discretion is advised. But the majority of you are still gonna watch, aren't you? Thanks. Sunday Without God takes place in a world in which God, like the title says, has left. Without God, no one can give birth and no one can truly die unless they are buried by a gravekeeper, God's last miracle. The story focuses around Ai, a young child who is a gravekeeper, and she lived a pretty peaceful life until a certain silver-haired man, who totally isn't my profile picture, strolls into town and slaughters everybody. Now after burying her friends and having nowhere to go, Ai follows the silver-haired man, Humpty Humbert, under the presumption that he is her father. And from there on out, both Ai's journey and my recommendation to go watch Sunday Without God begin. A unique format is something that, at times, gets me really interested in a certain anime's plot. You know, something different from the usual 12 episodes, 1 arc, 26 episodes, 2 arcs, that sort of thing. And Sunday Without God, despite being 12 episodes, divides itself into 4 individual mini-arcs, yet it still relates to the overarching plot. It wasn't that fast-paced and always kept me intrigued, and its transitions from arc to arc were pretty decent, but could have tried to be a little less coincidental. And there are some great moments, but also some plot holes. And there's one gigantic one that I would tell you, but you know, spoilers. And yes, this anime is about the world being saved, but the characters make it 100% work. The side characters aren't that memorable, but the main cast drives the entirety of the plot through vivid world building, which makes it a lot more enjoyable. We have Ai, the young girl who dreams to save the world through completely innocent powers of a gravekeeper and getting kicked in the face. I am a terrible person. Then we have the badass Humpty Humbert. Yes, he is the guy from my profile picture, whose powers include weapon accuracy, immortality, and kicking young girls in the face. I'm still a terrible person, aren't I? Then there's Julie. Yes, his name is actually Julie. His powers include being a dominant leader and pointing guns at people who kick little girls in the face. And finally, we have Scar, and for fuck's sake, these names are backwards, aren't they? Her powers include gravekeeping and finding lost children? Okay then. Together, the main cast just makes for a very enjoyable ride that I cannot get enough of. The character animation is awesome! Every character you meet has a blatant uniqueness about them, but some of the backgrounds are even more gorgeous. I personally love clips that involve the sunset because that's when you see the animation really shine. No pun intended. It also makes for a much powerful feels trip, you know, quite a few times in the show. As for the OST, nothing within the anime itself particularly stands out. The opening and the ending, however, now that's a different story. The opening song called Birth, sung by Eri Kitamura, is fantastic. It provides a very gospel-y tone. Gospel-y? What the hell? And fits the anime perfectly. The ending, which is called Owaranai Melody o Utaida Shimashita, is even better. Definitely my favorite ending from 2013. Daisuke Namikawa as Humpty Humbert, Aki Toyosaki as Ai, and Koki Uchiyama as Alice Color were my favorite actors for the sub. And although I do like Andrew Love's performance of Humpty Humbert for the dub, since he pretty accurately hits the condescending tone on the head.
Good for us. Now tell me who you are.
I was not impressed at all by any other member of the main cast, especially Caitlin French, who played Ai. No offense, but she sounded like a dyslexic 40-year-old speak and spell.
Okay, Ai, you are now clearly a dignified and respectable gravekeeper.
Yeah, definitely not a good pick for a 70-year-old girl. I'd recommend the sub for this one. Overall, I thought this anime was a blast. Its plot, characters, animation, and theme songs were all terrific, and I hope it presents to you the same childlike innocence that it did for me. And if this wasn't enough to convince you, check out Hollow of Dawn's review. I'd personally recommend him to anyone. But that takes care of this video. I hope you guys liked it, but until next time, see you later, you loyal bastards.